Boys will be boys.
She was drunk.
She's a slut.
She has a reputation.
She wanted it.
It's just a female problem.
She didn't say no.
He comes from such a good family.
I'll say something next time.
You're being dramatic.
But they were dating.
It would never happen to me.
Sexual harassment has always been a problem within our society, but it has gained popularity throughout the years due to the influx of survivors who are willing to speak out and are no longer silent about their story. The recent movements that have addressed this problem include Me Too and No More, which are some of the biggest movements in society right now. The Me Too movement is against sexual harassment and rape. The movement gained popularity in October of 2017 through social media, in which the hashtag MeToo enforces severity of sexual harassment. The Me Too movement also spread after the allegations against Harvey Weinstein. The No More movement is to end domestic violence and sexual assault. The movement has created media campaigns to increase awareness and change the social norms. Celebrities such as Alyssa Milano are great role models because they have spoken up on social media, which have helped women speak up as well.
To be honest, the government has not done nearly enough, in our opinion, to aid the fight against sexual violence. For example, in the Brock Turner case, which was about an event that took place on January 18, 2015, the man raped an unconscious woman near a dumpster behind a building during a Stanford party. He pleaded not guilty on February 2nd, and on October 6, 2015, he attended a hearing during which he once again pleaded not guilty, and 2 charges were dropped: rape of an intoxicated person and rape of an unconscious person. Finally, Turner was found guilty and faced a maximum of 10 years, but was ultimately only sentenced to 6 months in prison. He was released after only 3 months, which sparked a ton of backlash from the public, who felt the sentence was much too lenient. Social media blew up with people saying they were furious with the judge because his sentence was an insult to women, especially the 1 in 4 women who have been raped or sexually assaulted. People called Judge Aaron Persky a horrible judge and said that he deserves to be off the bench. The judge gave Brock Turner a small sentence because he believed that a larger one would have a severe impact on the Olympic hopeful's career. This decision is an insult to all rape survivors because the assaulter has a very little sentence, yet the victim has a lifelong sentence.
Sexual harassment allegations are less of a deal breaker for the Republican Party, according to the GOP. Trump has been accused of sexual harassment by 3 women. The woman felt compelled to speak out against President Trump after hearing him deny that he had not groped women without their consent. The president has denied the allegations and has threatened a lawsuit against media outlets for published news regarding him. One of the women, Jessica Leeds, spoke out against Trump and how she was touched like an octopus on the plane. He grabbed her chest and moved his hand up her skirt. He denied the allegations and called her a disgusting human being.
The Pennsylvania Coalition Against Rape is the oldest anti-rape coalition in the United States. They work to eliminate sexual violence and work with the needs of the victims. Pennsylvania has a local rape crisis center for victims who have been sexually harassed. The PCAR states that there are ways to help in the community by promoting healthy relationships, and men can help to end sexual violence with healthy behaviors.
The Civil Rights Act prohibits the act of sexual harassment as a form of illegal sex discrimination. Penalties against a harasser in the workplace include warning, transfer, salary reduction, suspension, and monitoring. The Rape Shield Law protects the victim of rape and their history of sexual relations. The law also protects the individual's identity in the court. The Rape Shield Law has changed the most throughout the history of sexual harassment cases because sexual history of the victim was admissible in the court. If the defendant is guilty, the penalties vary among each individual. The judge examines the past and factors such as criminal history and the severity of the case. The penalties of the sexual harassment cases vary among the states. The state of California sentences from 24 to 48 months along with a $10,000 fine.
According to Elizabeth Smart, a rape and kidnapping survivor, when we instruct teenagers to dress modestly, abstain from alcohol, never go out alone, and certainly never engage in sex, we're not actually helping them prevent rape, but we're telling them that when they are victimized, they are partially to blame.
When did the harassment take place? September 2014 to March 2016. He abused and sexually assaulted me throughout our whole relationship.
Where was it? The first time my abuser hit me was outside of his house in his driveway. He hit me very often, usually when we were in his room or basement. sometimes even in public.
How did you react initially? I was terrified. He had threatened my life and told me if I told anyone that I wouldn't live to see another day. I kept my mouth shut for way longer than I should have. I felt very vulnerable and unsure of how to handle the situation without being hurt more than I already was.
Did you tell anyone directly after the incident? I called my best friend at the time and she didn't believe me and calmly said, "I'm sure it was out of love." After hearing her say that, I thought no one would believe me, so I kept it to myself.
Did the harasser do it to anyone else, to your knowledge? No, not to my knowledge. I've been his only girlfriend.
How was the situation handled by family and friends? My family took me to the police station and we filed a restraining order against him. My parents and his parents got in contact and made sure he would never come near me again. My family and friends have been extremely supportive throughout and have worked with me to overcome my PTSD. I didn't leave my house for a very long time after the last incident had happened, and my friends were so loving and supportive. They stayed by my side the entire time.
Did you report the situation to authorities? Yes, we filed a restraining order against him.
How long after the assault were the authorities notified? After the last incident, it was about 3 weeks later that I told my parents what had happened, and they took me straight to the police station.
How has the assault affected you mentally, emotionally, and even physically? The assault changed my life. I will never be the same. I have extreme PTSD and will flinch at raised hands and loud noises, even when I'm aware no harm is being directed towards me. I'm always scared that someone is following me and that he will show up to my house one day. I am still currently going through therapy and I have definitely gotten stronger since the assault. I was seriously depressed and developed high anxiety when leaving my house. Physically, the assault left me with multiple scars on my body from scratches and punches so hard that skin broke.
What happened to the abuser? He is currently going to Yale University and has never been fully punished for what he did to me.
How are you now? I'm getting better, but it will always haunt me and affect my future relationships. As I said, I'm currently still in therapy, which is helping me alive. My PTSD affects me every day, and fear follows me everywhere, from lockers being shut in the hallway to coming up to give me a high five, and to screams. My anxiety and fear shoots through the roof.
Did you know the situation was dangerous when you first arrived? The first time he hit me, I was shocked. I never thought someone who said they loved me could physically hurt me. After the first time, it became constant. It was always dangerous when I was with him, but I thought it was more dangerous to leave. The last incident that pushed me over the edge was the scariest moment of my life. I knew something really bad was going to happen after I talked to him on the phone when he asked me to come over. I had the worst feeling in my stomach. I thought this might be the moment I could die. Although every moment with him was dangerous, I had a feeling in my stomach this was the most dangerous, and I was right.
Boys won't just be boys.
It doesn't matter that she was drunk.
She's a victim.
Who cares about her reputation?
You don't know that she wanted it.
It's not just a female problem.
She didn't say yes.
There is no such thing as a perfect family.
Speak up now.
You're being insensitive.
Dating is not an excuse.
It can happen to anyone. Take
no for an answer.